Hi, I'm Rod Kim.
And I'm Vince Cirino.
And we're Self-Deprecating Romantic Pop Rock Duo, RKVC. And a while back, we did a video called 7 Types of People That You See at Guitar Center. And we have gotten quite the response. You've been very interactive in the comments. So we decided to do 7 more people that you see at Guitar Center and include your suggestions.
Number 1, the dreamer / window shopper.
So this one comes to us from Professor Puppet and also Switch McGee, who says they just stroll around looking at things and trying them and imagining how fun it would be to be better at music or how awesome they would sound on a $2,000 microphone.
Number 2, the aspiring children.
Now this one comes from Titus Mead, and though they didn't leave very much information about what they meant, we completely get it. Aspiring children run around the store and they have all the aspiration of learning a new skill and discovering a new talent, but with none of the experience, and they happen to just play every instrument really loudly. And if you're having a hard time imagining what that sounds like, just imagine warped tapes of Green Jelly's sophomore album, Chuck Mahoney's Greatest Hits, and Stravinsky's Rite of Spring, like all playing at the same time, really loudly. That's pretty much it.
Number 3, the jazz guy.
Now this one comes from Michael Best, and we've seen this one too, Michael. So this is kind of like the shredder from our first video, except they're just sitting in the corner showing off how fast they can play half-whole diminished venti double shot scales and tell you that your taste in music sucks.
Number 4, the anxious one.
This one comes to us from Kamek Koopa. Hope I said that right. But we get what you mean. The anxious one is kind of like the dreamer / window shopper, except they'll actually pick up an instrument now and then, but if you ask them to plug it in, they won't.
Number 5, the shy guy.
Now this one also comes to us from Switch McGee, but as pointed out by James, is usually the bass player. Usually these are the bass players that are decent and don't want a lot of attention thrown their way. They're just trying out basses, but are usually next to the cocky teenage kid that has their amp up way too loud for what they're playing and usually drowns out the shy bass player, to which the bass players just say "F it" and move away. LOL.
Number 6, the showroomer.
Now this one comes to us from Mustang 501000. This is very specific. So this is a guy that goes in to try the instrument or piece of gear and then goes back home to order it. That way they don't have to deal with the upsales of a warranty or some other piece of crap cable they try to sell them. Plus, they can order the better version or a pro version of that model that's not in the showroom.
Number 7, the serial returner.
This comes to us from George from NJ, or New Jersey. Now George sent us a very detailed email describing exactly what it is to be a serial returner, and you can read that, we'll put it somewhere. As a paraphrase, this is what George said. This is the guy who goes to Guitar Center the minute the doors open looking to buy the latest guitar pedal or amp that has just been released and hyped up on YouTube. After pulling out the plastic and paying for it and loading it up in the car, the buyer's remorse usually hits before the car is even pulled out of the parking lot. Thoughts like, why did I just spend $3,000 on another guitar? I have 24 guitars at home and they're just sitting there in their cases unplayed. And, well, I have 30 days to try it at home and see if I really like it. No one needs 30 days at home with a guitar to figure out they like it. Once the serial returner is home, he'll start snapping pictures of the guitar in various poses like a model at a photo shoot, and then pick the best ones and forward the pics to all his guitar playing buddies, letting them know of his latest acquisition. However, most of the serial returner's buddies have seen this scenario played out countless times over and will respond with either the one-word text, "nice," or the question, "you keeping this one?" They already know the answer is a resounding no. So what drives the serial returner? It's a condition known as GAS, or Gear Acquisition Syndrome. GAS has become extremely prevalent only in the past decade with the advent and rise of websites such as YouTube. It's easy to make the masses beat down the doors of the nearest Guitar Center by having a player with decent playing skills mindlessly noodle on an aforementioned instrument and filming and recording it with some of the best audio and video equipment, which makes the guitar sound like nothing short of a choir of God's angels singing. The audio and video quality is usually pristine to the point of where the serial returner convinces him or herself that by acquiring the latest and greatest guitar, that somehow their mediocre playing skills will be elevated to that of a demigod, only to find out that when they get home and plug it in and hook it up, the newly acquired gear still sounds like crap. Rather than take the blame for sounding so bad, the serial returner will blame it on the piece of gear being incompatible with another piece of gear. So usually at this point, the serial returner has to literally face the cold, hard truth that no matter whether it be a $1,000 guitar, a $3,000 guitar, or a $6,000 guitar, their playing skills are just not up to par with what they just witnessed on YouTube. Rather than admit defeat or suffering from a serious case of gas, they'll just decide to go to the next nearest Guitar Center, which usually isn't that much farther away, in an effort to save face and avoid being found out since none of the salespeople will know them there. When the salesperson asks, "What's wrong with this?" the serial returner will usually come up with a pretty well-rehearsed answer, being fairly proficient at the art of returns. "I don't like it. Didn't like the action on it. Don't like the pickups. Won't stay in tune. Not really the color I wanted. Doesn't sound right. All while deflecting away from the real reason the serial returner really never had any intentions of keeping it beyond the 30 days. They just want to have the distinction of being able to tell their guitar playing buddies that they own the guitar at some point in time, and they no longer do. Or if they don't return it themselves, they send their reluctant friend, girlfriend, or boyfriend to do it for them. Thank you for all your feedback and suggestions. These were all very, very true. And if you know more people do you see a Guitar Center, leave in the comments below. And until next time, this was RKVC.
Thanks for watching this video.
We really hope you like it. If you did, please hit like, share it with all your friends and family, and hit subscribe for more videos. Our last video over here, and all our social media stuff everywhere.